Barely able to stand and too sick to eat. That's what Nya Dengjon told the doctors when she brought in her 2-year-old son Garang for a checkup. But she cannot hide her grief when asked why he was in that condition.
We have no food in the house. I plant a bit of greens, but that's not enough. And we can't afford to buy food from the market every day. Sometimes we eat one meal. Sometimes we don't eat.
Doctors say Garang is malnourished and is not alone. The UN Children's Organization UNICEF says more than 1.3 million children are at risk of being malnourished by July if not given assistance. Hakima's son Philip is one of them.
I brought my child here because he hasn't gotten proper food for so long that the little food we do get, he can't eat it, and we can't afford regular meals.
Africa's youngest nation has been at war for more than 4 years. Infighting between rival groups has claimed thousands of lives and displaced a quarter of the 12 million population. It's also resulted in what the UN calls an unprecedented level of food insecurity. As much as it is hard for those here in the capital, Juba, to get food, the situation is worse for millions of others around the country who have no access to markets and rely on aid to survive. That total is rising. The UN says 6.3 million, or 57% of the population, is at risk of starvation by April. And the UN says 155,000 people are at risk of being classified as in catastrophic phase of food insecurity by July.
It is serious, and that is why we are saying unless there are drastic measures taken by the humanitarian actors, the situation is likely to fall back. From last year, we have an increase of food insecurity 40%. So if you compare last year with this year, it's already bad.
But the UN says without an end to the conflict, it'll be hard to fight against the hunger.
As long as we have a conflict continuing, people will not feel secure in their own being and where they are. And without that, you don't have them actually producing food and actually contributing to the food need of South Sudan. What our imperatives are as humanitarian actors is to look at now the people who are in need and make sure we get the resources to provide them the assistance that they need.
Needs that keep increasing day by day, with adults and children at risk of starving to death in their millions. Hiba Morgan, Al Jazeera, Juba.